We are looking at Seton Hill again. This is number 2. In number 1, I played music, which I really enjoyed. And this time I want to say a few things. What we're looking at right away here is, or are, the buildings shown in an old film strip. This was around 1930, and that's the look of it now. A woodcut I did some time ago. At one time I worked for the publicity office there, and I did photography on campus for various purposes, and did visual productions of various kinds. That's a woodcut I did. Now that is something I did not do. That was done by T.M. Fowler and Company in 1901. But it gives a good picture of what the place looked like. This is the campus as it looked then, the main part of it. That was, they moved into that in 1889. When the sisters first moved there in the early 1880s, this is what they moved into, this building right here. And that was what it looked like. It was built by Will Stokes, a lawyer. And this is what it looked like in the 1850s, shortly after Will Stokes had built it. And the sisters found it in around 1882 when they bought the property, very much like that, and they put a mansard roof on it. And later it was changed quite a bit. And it's still there, but it's been changed to the degree you hardly ever recognize it. This shows Greensburg and the property that was bought by the sisters, about 200 acres or so, showing Will Stokes' farm and the building that the sisters found when they moved there. And the property was once in the ownership of Ludwig Otterman, who was considered one of the founders of Greensburg. And after Otterman had it, it went through a number of owners until Stokes got it, and the bank then got a hold of it after another owner, and the sisters got it then. And for a good number of years, they ran an academy there, which was what we think of as a high school. And it wasn't until the late teens they got into the college business. And by 1929, this was the size of their graduating class. Certainly nothing compared to the graduating class of today. I did that shot when I worked there. This was the graduating class of 1979. Actually, this was just a very small fragment of it. The graduating class was a lot bigger than that. That was that same day, some of the dignitaries. This takes us back to around 1930. The girls were setting out on a road tour for a debate. They were going to various colleges to let their debating team interact with other debating teams. That was an old Pierce Arrow, big old car. The girls used to call it the Fierce Sparrow. That's in the art department. I once upon a time took classes there. That was Josepha Filkowski who taught there, and she did sculpture. And we'll see some of the work. She liked to do these pipe sculptures. She was good at that. That's a woodcut I did of the back of Mara Hall. Incidentally, that building once housed young boys. They taught boys at one time there. That was one of my first attempts at learning printmaking when I was studying art in the 70s, and I also was in art history classes. This is another print that I did, and through the window you'll see a painting that I did. That was Sullivan Hall, named for the first male president of Seton Hill, became president in 1925, and was such until his death in 1931. Another view of the campus I did in the 70s, early 70s, from down below. This is a good profile. The place has a nice profile from down on the road. That's the kind of stuff I did in the publicity office. Another good profile shot. That's a painting I did in the 80s of the place. Another painting I did. And we've come full circle now, and I think that's enough. And we'll say so long. Bye.